Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. Happy Easter to everyone. What a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Let's go to my buddy Pete Aiella with those track and weather conditions.
Happy Easter, everybody. An 11-race card on Easter Sunday in South Florida with beautiful weather conditions for horse racing. Temperatures in the upper 70s, a fast main track, and a firm turf course with a carryover in the Rainbow Six. First of the day over the turf at 1 mile. Maiden claimers in for a price tag of $35,000. Miguel Vasquez rides the 7 Go Venezuela Go. Field of 9, favorite was the 9, Henny's Treasure. Racing at Gulfstream. Slow to start was Rags Pauline. Quick to start was Curious Zelda, who's heading off for the early lead. Forever Marta comes away to race in second. Henny's Treasure trying to get over from her outside draw. She'll be at least 3 wide. Saving ground at the rail is General June, and just behind her goes Sister Gema. She's into the top flight and about 5 lengths behind. Tapping on the brakes between horses is the newcomer Kelsey's Cross, then Rags Pauline, and Tweety Kitten, who's at the inside. The early trailer, while a bit wide, Go Venezuela, go. Into the backstretch they go. The opening quarter was controlled, 25-1, and up front it's Manny Cruz and Curious Zelda with the lead, 1.25 lengths. Forever Marta on the outside is second. General June pockets up third. In the 2-path fourth is Henny's Treasure. Out in the inside, Sister Gema. Rags Pauline is widest of all, and in between horses goes Kelsey's Cross. Then it's 1.5 lengths back to Go Venezuela Go and Tweety Kitten. They're at the back of the field, and they're about 7 lengths off the lead with less than half a mile to go. Inside half a mile from home, they're with the half mile in a pokey 51 seconds flat. Curious Zelda getting everything her own way. Forever Marta up alongside now second, 3 wide. Here's the favorite Henny's Treasure in the light pink cap getting going with Rags Pauline 4 wide. General June in a pocket, needs some place to go. Sister Gema also trying to find racetrack to work with a 1/4 mile left to get. 3/4, 1:16-1 as they're at the top of the stretch. General June crying for racing room. Forever Marta kicks on, and so does the big favorite Henny's Treasure on the outside. Henny's Treasure roused to the lead. General June loose and charging with Sister Gema and Forever Marta. Henny's Treasure close to home. Henny's Treasure's an 8-5 winner. Kelsey's Cross is up for second. General June is third. Sister Gema finished fourth. Popular winner to start the day, it's number 9, Henny's Treasure, as the public pick, who gets the job done under jockey Paco Lopez for Joe Orsino and Patricia Generazio. Second, number 8, Kelsey's Cross, and third was the 1, General June. We move to the second race now, 6 furlongs. The Journey claimers in for a price tag of $6,250. A field of 8. The favorite was the 7, Blue Magic. And they're off. Pretty Overdriven hits the ground running and goes looking for the lead. Blue Magic on the outside is away in second. Salsarita comes on to take third. At the inside, Wiggle It, Jiggle It now fourth. Back to Rethink Me in fifth, and Our Lucky Dice, the 2 at the back, Optimistic Shot, and Peggotty. They make their way down the backstretch into the far turn, and with the advantage, Pretty Overdriven and jockey Edgard Zayas in front to half a length. Blue Magic at odds on moves to the leader now, second, 3 clear of Salsarita, who's now third. Back to fourth, Wiggle It, Jiggle It. Then it's Rethink Me, Our Lucky Dice outside, and Peggotty, and the trailer is Optimistic Shot, and the 2 favorites have moved well clear at the 5/16. Pretty Overdriven is on the ropes as Blue Magic is now taking an outright lead. They're 7 lengths clear of Our Lucky Dice, who's a 3 wide third, getting around Salsarita, then Wiggle It, Jiggle It. Gotta tell you folks, Our Lucky Dice is making a lot of ground on these top 2 as they straighten for the drive through a 45 2/2 mile. 1/8 of a mile to go. Blue Magic's lead is only a length. Our Lucky Dice over the top, charging hard and up to take the lead under Paco Lopez. Back to second is Blue Magic. Wiggle It, Jiggle It gets into second, but the winner, Our Lucky Dice. Wiggle It, Jiggle It second, Blue Magic third, then Salsarita in 1:11-3. Favorites do too much too soon, and number 2, Our Lucky Dice, takes advantage of it, giving Paco Lopez a sweep of the early daily double. Kelly Breen trains the starter of Adios Charlie for owner Mike Napoli. At a huge price, how about the 1, Wiggle It, Jiggle It for second, 7, Blue Magic third. We'll be right back.
The best chance for success begins with a solid foundation. At Hardacre Farm, early personal one-on-one care starts the journey to becoming a champion. Bred to leading stallions, our mares represent the highest standards. Hardacre Farm's signature in the breeding industry. Based in Ocala, Florida, Breeder and owner Amy Tarrant has inspired excellence throughout her entire career. In your quest for success, start with Hardacre Farm, breeding the champions of tomorrow.
Back now for the third race of the afternoon, a 1 mile turf contest, claimers of the $12,500 variety with a field of 9. Off-time favorites included 3 Indigita and 5 Paint the Corners. And they're off. Paint the Corners, the first to break the line. Indigita has speed, and My Cantata from between that duo. These 3 across the course. Yum Yum is 4 wide, 5 wide, Prado Vision. Saving ground is Vineyard Nita to race 4th last. 3rd last, while in the 2 path is Voila La Victoire. Athera 2nd last, and as they round the first turn, the early trailer in about 7 lengths off the lead, now dropping a little bit farther back, is Aquemini. Up front, My Cantata and Marcos Meneses throttled to a 5-length lead. Indigita is racing from 2nd, Paint the Corners is 3rd, Vineyard Nina 4th. Voila La Victoire now 5th, Yum Yum on the outside 6th. Back to 7th is Prado Vision, 8th toward the inside is Athera, and Aquemini is last. 23 and 2 for the opening quarter speed is down the backstretch they race. With the advantage, it's My Cantata by 2. Up to 2nd, Indigita, forced by Jaramillo on Paint the Corners, who moved her 3 wide to go on a move. Back to 4th is on the inside, Vineyard Nina, racing ahead of Voila La Victoire. Prado Vision in the lime colors is 3 wide, Yum Yum 4 wide, at the rail Athera, and Aquemini last. 47 and 3 for the opening half mile. Paint the Corners up on the outside, now puts a neck on top. Indigita is 2nd, Voila La Victoire, 35 to 1 and trying to get loose for a run. On the far outside, and Yum Yum circling horses from last is Aquemini, and they're at the top of the stretch. 3/4, 111 and 2 as they turn home. Up front, Paint the Corners leads by 2.5. Voila La Victoire is up into 2nd, down the center Aquemini with Prado Vision. But as they come to the wire, it's an 8-5 winner. It's Jorge Navarro. It's Paint the Corners in front. 2nd, Voila La Victoire. Up 3rd, Aquemini. 4th was Prado Vision. Number 5, Paint the Corners, gets a perfect trip here today by jockey Misael Jaramillo, and the daughter of Tisway takes care of business for Jorge Navarro and owner Joseph Bessaker. 2nd, number 2, Voila La Victoire, ahead of number 6, Aquemini, who ran 3rd. Let's go to the 4th race, maiden claimers at 1 mile. Price tag here is $10,000. Field of 8, favorites were 2, Bagwell, and 5, Dazzling Prose. And they're off. Level beginning. Dempsey on the far outside is being ridden for the lead, and he'll get it from between horses. Dazzling Prose comes away to race in 2nd. All-Star Siler's on the outside and with the top flight. Then back to the inside goes Calypso deep. Marnesia 1 step is widest of all. In between horses is Mysterio. Bagwell's toward the rail, and Scooby-Doo Papa's last. Out of the chute and onto the main course, and with the advantage, it's Dempsey. Wanted to get out of touch, and now he straightens up and leads a length and a half. All-Star Siler is 2nd, Dazzling Prose between horses. Up on the outside goes Calypso deep in the blue, 4th, and about 5 lengths off the lead. Bagwell asked to keep up toward the rail. Then back to Mysterio, 3 clear of Marnesia 1 step, and Scooby-Doo Papa's another 5 lengths last. They go to the half-mile juncture. Dempsey putting up the numbers. His lead is 2 lengths. Racing 2nd, Marnesia 1 step, Dazzling Prose and Bagwell. The favorites are 3rd and 4th. Racing into 5th is Mysterio. Then Calypso deep and Marnesia 1 step. Around the far turn, 3/8 of a mile remains. Dempsey has the lead. Marnesia 1 step, starts to get after him 2nd. Back to 3rd and Dazzling Prose. Mysterio, he's a big number for Bautista and still right there. These top 4 have gone ahead of Marnesia 1 step with a 1/4 of a mile left to get. Does Dempsey have anything in the tank? Torres trying to find out as he turns for home on top. Toward the outside, Dazzling Prose. In between horses, it's All-Star Siler. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Christian Torres trying to get 1 more furlong from Dempsey. On the outside and Dazzling Prose. Dempsey is responding. On the outside, Dazzling Prose is 2nd, and that's where he'll finish behind Dempsey, who is the winner. 2nd is Dazzling Prose. 3rd is All-Star Siler, then Mysterio. Going into today's 4th race, you had a feeling whoever would shake free, if there was such a horse, would be tough in here. And a horse who shook free and won the race was indeed number 8, Dempsey, giving apprentice jockey Christian Torres his first career victory. Congratulations to him as this son of awesome again wins on the stretch out for Ralph Nix and owner Mike Rutherford. Let's go to the fifth race, a 1 mile claimer for fillies and mares, in for $6,250. Key scratch here of 7 Flashing Diamond, along with the 4 Lexi's Doll. Favorites were 1 Galileo's Affair and 8 Schmiss. And they're off. Dancing Starlet was slower to go than the others. Motion's First was away well during the inside, and Galileo's Affair wants some forward position. On the outside, Schmiss will take a flanking roll and land third. Kittian Hill is behind the speed for Gary Bain while racing third last, ahead of Dancing Starlet, and Flying Girl is last. Out of the chute and onto the main course, Kenyel Suarez and the leader Motion's First by almost 2. Schmiss on the outside is a joint second alongside Galileo's Affair in third. Kittian Hill is fourth and trying to move forward, 3 clear of Dancing Starlet and Flying Girl at the back. 5/8 left to run. They've left alone Motion's First. She leads by a length and a quarter. Galileo's Affair is second. On the outside, Schmiss is now third, 2.5 clear of Kittian Hill in fourth, then Dancing Starlet and Flying Girl. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn. Nobody's got to Motion's First yet. She leads the way 3/4 of a length. Schmiss on the outside is now the nearest pursuer second. She's clearly second over Galileo's Affair in third. The rest are struggling, so as they round the far turn, Suarez tries to keep Motion's First alive. Motion's First at the 5/16 with the lead. A little more rein given to Schmiss to try to get on term second. Galileo's Affair driven third. Dancing Starlet had driven fourth, so 1/4 mile left to get, and Motion's First the boss. Motion's First is in front off the turn. From between horses, Schmiss taking her shot now from second. Galileo's Affair on the outside is third. Final 1/8 of a mile. Motion's First is still there. Schmiss is surging at her. Schmiss and Motion's First. Motion's First is in front. Schmiss gets the lead. Schmiss driven out by Double J. Schmiss wins. Motion's First second. Galileo's Affair third. Then Dancing Starlet fourth. Number 8, Schmiss gets the job done. It was a hard work, but for the daughter of hard spud, the Double J, Jonathan Gonzalez, got her to go forward when he needed to, and she gets the victory for Gustavo Delgado and GDS Racing. 5, Motion's First almost stole it, but had to settle for second, ahead of the 1 Galileo's Affair, who ran third. Time for a commercial break. Still to come, the Rainbow Six. Don't go away.
Blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Go Sepper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Back now for race number 6 on the program, the start of today's Rainbow Six. 5 furlongs over the turf, maidens of the special weight variety. A late scratch of the 3, Kid Doro, who got loose in the post parade. His barn buddy, number 4, Keeping the Peace, was the odds-on favorite. And they're off. Good start for Colman Joseph, who's heading off for the early lead. Sent between horses, Keeping the Peace is up to challenge, and toward the inside, Shiny Copper Penny. Decider gets away in the top flight, Film Fan toward the outside. Then it's Fritzen, and Vida Dolce is last. They move to the half-mile point, and the 2 favorites land first and second. Keeping the Peace will have inside position, but he'll have Decider on the outside of him, and Decider now puts a neck on top. Keeping the Peace tries to keep up second. Colman Joseph on the turn back should have a kick from there third. Shiny Copper Penny on the return try fourth. Gap of 3 to Film Fan, then Fritzen and Vida Dolce. They move to the top of the stretch with 1/4 mile left to get. Keeping the Peace nursed along up front, but he's still got plenty of work to do. Shiny Copper Penny toward the rail. Colman Joseph let go on the outside with 1/8 mile left to go. Keeping the Peace, look out for Colman Joseph. Down the stand side, Fritzen is rolling. Shiny Copper Penny hits the lead. Late run from Vida Dolce on the outside. Here's Vida Dolce and Shiny Copper Penny. It's a huge upset in either direction. Was it Vida Dolce at 21 to 1 or Shiny Copper Penny at 13 to 1? 57 flat, the running time. Rainbow Six starts with a bang as long shots run 1-2. Number 2, Shiny Copper Penny, returns to the races as a winner under jockey Luis Quinones for owner-trainer Doug Saylor. 1, Vida Dolce with a huge late run for second, ahead of the 5, Fritzen. The Bay Area invader had to settle for third. We go to the 7th race. We stay on turf, but we move to 2 turns at a mile and 16. Claimers in for $12,500. Late rider change on 1, Summer Mischief to Paco Lopez. Favorite was the 3, 2 Stormy. And they're off. Terrible start for False Accusation. He's bobbles, and last of all, Good start for Summer Mischief toward the rail. Up on the outside, Get Him Up Scout moves to challenge from second. Smart return from the top shelf, looking to drop over third for High Roll Rendon, racing ahead of 2 Stormy and Mr. Pinocchio. They're mid-flight. 2 back to the outside and Wigwam Summer. Arpinella is down toward the rail. They're followed by the favorite Cadillac Kitten. Zaya situates him about 8 or 9 lengths off what appears to be a fast pace. Working ahead of False Accusation, Schweets is down at the inside second last, and Marco Mischief is last, and the opening quarter was rock solid. 22-4 as they head into the backstretch, and with the advantage, it's Summer Mischief and Paco Lopez in front 3 parts of a length. Get Him Up Scout as a pesky pace presence on the outside second. 2.5 lengths back to Sue Stormy, who's in stride with Smart return third and fourth. Back to fifth and Mr. Pinocchio, then Arpinella. Wigwam Summer is 3 wide, 2.5 clear of Cadillac Kitten, who's 5 ahead of False Accusation, and the 2 at the back, Schweets and Marco Mischief. Inside half a mile from home, they went the opening half mile, and 46-2 as they swing around that far turn. Up front, Summer Mischief has taken no prisoners and maintains the lead. 3 wide, here's Smart return with the move. 2 Stormy looks for racing room. Mr. Pinocchio and Wigwam Summer from the back. Arpinella tries to follow somebody through. Cadillac Kitten has a lot of traffic in front of him while trying to mount a charge with a 1/4 mile left to go. Off the turn on the stretch drive, Summer Mischief bracing for 2 Stormy, who's set down for the drive on his outside, but Summer Mischief has a kick, and it's a good kick. He's now 2 on top. 2 Stormy took his run, but he's back to second, and that's where he'll finish as Summer Mischief, driven out by Paco Lopez to win a length and a half. Second is 2 Stormy, third Mr. Pinocchio, then Cadillac Kitten and Arpinella.
Number 1, Summer Mischief took a licking and kept on ticking, getting the gate-to-wire success, and a pickup ride for Paco Lopez, giving him a riding triple. Jane Sibeli trained this son of Into Mischief for Section 2 racing. 3, 2 Stormy was second. 7, Mr. Pinocchio ran third. Let's go to the 8th race and start the late pick 4. Claimers at 6 furlongs. They're in for a price tag of $25,000. These are fillies and mares. Field of 9 went postward. The favorite was the 1, Our Kiss 'Em Goodbye.
And they're off. Perfect start. From the rail, Our Kiss 'Em Goodbye is quick into stride to take a clear advantage. Up between horses is Tong second alongside Micah's Girl, and now Micah's Girl challenges the leader. Out 3 wide, True Boots is third. Racing into 5th is Midnight Miracle, followed between horses by Blue Sky Venezuela, then Hot Sake. Down at the inside, On With God and Perspective Divas at the back as they swing to the far turn. Toward the rail, it's Our Kiss 'Em Goodbye with the lead and leads it now by a length and a quarter. True Boots is second. Micah's Girl is all in third. Midnight Miracle fourth. Hot Sake up on the outside is now 5th. That's all for Tong Shu. Then Blue Sky Venezuela, On With God and Perspective Diva as they race to the top of the stretch. There's a 1/4 mile left to get. Zayas now asking Our Kiss 'Em Goodbye to kick on with it a bit, but Midnight Miracle stays in range in second through a 45 3 half mile. These 2 appear to have it to themselves off the top of the turn. Our Kiss 'Em Goodbye toward the inside. Midnight Miracle let go on the outside for a final 1/8 of a mile. Midnight Miracle now strides forward to take the lead. Our Kiss 'Em Goodbye doing everything she can, but she can't match strides with Midnight Miracle. Here's a grand slam for Paco. Our Kiss 'Em Goodbye second. Third is Perspective Diva, and then Hot Sake.
Number 1, Our Kiss 'Em Goodbye shook free in the early stages, but was overhauled late by who else? Paco Lopez. He gets the grand slam aboard the daughter of Midnight Loot. Number 8, Midnight Miracle, gives the jockey Paco Lopez a 4-bagger today. Terry Pompey is the winning trainer for My Purple Haze stable. Let's go to the 9th race and start the late pick 3. 1 mile on turf. Maidens of the Florida bred variety. Scratch the 5 and 10. Sammy Camacho rides the 6, Notorious Nick. And number 7, Lawyer Drill, was handled by Edgard Zayas. Off-time favorites included the 3, La Hinch, and the 8, Lucky Mike.
La Hinch away well, but there's a host of pursuers moving between horses Notorious Nick and Lawyer Drill, and these 2 race on. Up on the outside, You Should Be So Lucky. Trying to duck over is Lucky Mike. Lucky Mike lands into the... No, he did not land anywhere. He went 5 wide as he couldn't cross over as they head to the first turn. With the advantage, it's Notorious Nick by almost 2. Fighting the rider second is Lawyer Drill up the inside, La Hinch third. Lucky Mike tries to settle now. He's racing 3 wide fourth. In between horses and fifth now is Jeeker Joe. You Should Be So Lucky Rain 3 wide at the back of the field. On hold between is Well Written, and 10 Carat Daddy, the newcomer. He's at the rail, separated by 4.5 lengths in the run down the backstretch. Lucky Mike hasn't seen the inside rail since they crossed onto the turf course, but now he's onto the front. He leads the way by almost 2. Up into second is Notorious Nick. Lawyer Drill is now third. It's a gap of 2.5 lengths to LaHinch, who's racing in fourth. Up on his outside fifth goes Jeeker Joe. You Should Be So Lucky, also posted wide the whole way. Then back at the inside is Well Written, and 10 Carat Daddy appears to have called it an afternoon as they round the far turn. Lucky Mike committed for home now. He leads the race by 2.5. A wall of pursuers. You Should Be So Lucky kickstarts a 5 wide rally toward the inside in LaHinch with Notorious Nick. Off the turn, they're in the stretch drive, and with the advantage, it's Lucky Mike, but LaHinch comes to call on the outside second. These two, Lucky Mike trying to fend him off here. LaHinch on the outside under Paco Lopez takes another run. Lucky Mike, LaHinch. Lucky Mike, LaHinch one more time. Lucky Mike. Lucky Mike wins by a neck over LaHinch second, closer for third. Either You Should Be So Lucky or Notorious Nick in 136 and 4.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
Back now for race number 10 on the program. 6 furlongs over the main track in the first half of the late daily double. Florida Bred Allowance fillies. And a scratch of 9, Body High. Rider change on 8, Nacho Mama, make it Luca Panici. Favorite was the 5, Diva's Revenge.
They're set for a start. And they're off. From the outside, Nothing's Free gets the first call, ridden for speed. Here's Ferrer on Katoria, sent through at the fence, and she'll put a neck on top. Nothing's Free is there second. Delaniga has speed, and so does the favorite Diva's Revenge. Mirror is at the inside ahead of Nacho Mama. Then comes Lil Be Quick, and the trailer is Flora Fantasy. Down the backstretch they go. After an early tussle, Katoria now has the lead a half a length. Nothing's Free on the outside second. Delaniga third. Diva's Revenge back to fourth. In between horses, here's a run from Lil Be Quick, trying to secure racing room. Flora Fantasy is underway from the back. Dropping to last is Nacho Mama. 22-1 for the opening quarter speed. They pass the 5/16. Ferrer sending Katoria for home. Leads by 3. Up on the outside, Diva's Revenge tries to take up the slack second. Flora Fantasy swung to the center by Jesus Rios under a full head of steam through a 45 1/2 mile. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Katoria still has the lead, but on the outside, Flora Fantasy charging hard, and Flora Fantasy blows right on by. In between horses, Diva's Revenge tries to go with her, then Katoria and Delaniga. 16th to go, and Flora Fantasy is driven to the lead. Flora Fantasy is in front. Diva's Revenge second, Katoria third, then Delaniga in 110 and 3.